1997 Thanksgiving Day football game as the Wildcats of Weymouth High visit Walpole to take on the Rebels. Good evening, everyone. I'm Mark Bouchard. I'll call your play-by-play, and this is going to be a dandy. You have two 9-1 teams going at it. It has been a lot of hype. As this game could possibly decide who will represent the Bay State League in the Super Bowl as the Wildcats make their way on to Turco Field.
22, Tom Kennedy.
Said there's been a lot of talk, a lot of good atmosphere and excitement as far as this game goes. And prior to the game, I talked to a Wildcat coach, Ross Tator, about that atmosphere, and this is what he told me.
It is, Mark. I think that Thanksgiving Day has been special for us for a long time, but certainly this year there is the added incentive of what we all know tomorrow represents. So, yeah, absolutely, we look forward to Thanksgiving, but I think we do know that it's been a special day, regardless of what's at stake in terms of the outcome of this particular game.
Walpole, a year ago, you played them, you didn't know much about them, they didn't know much about you. Now it's a year later, what do you think you learned from that first game experience with them?
I think we've learned that it's going to be a great football game. I think we've learned that Walpole is a football team a lot like Weymouth. They have a rich tradition, they are well coached, they're very competitive, with a lot of good athletes. And I would hope that people would say that many of those same things about our football team and our kids. So what we've learned is that this is going to be a great rivalry. This is really the first year of this game being played in the within the constructs of the Bay State League and ramifications going beyond just a winner on Thanksgiving Day. So I think what we've learned is this is going to be a great football game.
Second great question of learning has got to be the Bay State League. Your first trip around, what do you think that you and the team learned?
This is a great league. We've learned that this is a very, very competitive league with an awful lot of very talented football players from top to bottom. We have found a level of preparation in this league that is second to none. We have found athleticism in this league to be solid in terms of having good athletes who are also good football players. This is a great league, and we are really very, very happy to be a part of it.
When you look back at the season, every coach has their thoughts about how far they're going to go, what they're going to do. What do you feel about this team? Have they exceeded what you expected them?
To be honest with you, Mark, I think really we always have high expectations. We always set our goals high because I think we have that level of expectation here. What I have learned about this football team is that I think these kids represent the classic example of overachievers. Now, that is not to say that what they have done is a surprise, because it's not a surprise. It's more a case of how they've done it. What they have done is they have responded to every challenge, and they have responded to it with exclamation points. So my assessment of this football team is one that is continuously and constantly improving, one that truly has made a mark for itself, and again, that would be my observation.
When you look at the season, you had that little struggling point in the second game, then all of a sudden it turned around, so to speak. Do you look at that as the key point of the season, that 2-week road trip, so to speak, Framingham and Newton North, where maybe this team kind of grew up a little?
That's a good question, Mark. You were very polite to refer to the Wellesley game the way you did. That was just a bad day, and we had our bad day. Every team has one. We happened to run into a very good football team the day we had ours. I would, as the kids would, I would like to have an opportunity to line up one more time with Wellesley. I know that's not possible, and so we move forward. Now, to answer your question, yeah, the spirit of this team, the identity of this team, I think it did hit its peak. It did reach its defining points at Framingham, and then later at Newton North, when kids took charge of what was going on.
Now the question becomes Walpole and what will be needed to defeat them in your mind.
Well, if you're going to beat a good football team, you need to play a good game, and we understand that. They are explosive. They have skilled athletes in skilled positions. They have a similar attitude as we do here, which is they expect to win. In order for us to be successful tomorrow, we're going to have to do what we have done for the last several weeks. We're going to have to play a level and brand of football that fits our personality. We are who we are, and we need to come out and assert ourselves as a physical team that will control the line of scrimmage on both sides of the line. We need to be able to run the football hard at Walpole. We need to stop Walpole from running the football and from advancing it through the air. I think they're going to try to throw the ball against us. I know we're going to get a pass rush on them, and we're going to get coverage on their wideouts. So I think it's going to be a game that's going to be a closely fought football game. I think it's going to be a football game that people are going to be, it's one that I think people are going to be talking about for quite a while.
Finally, philosophically, when writing the last chapter to describe this team, what would you write it as?
Well, certainly, I think that what we have done all season has been a remarkable story. Coming into a brand new league, not knowing a whole lot about it, and so this final chapter, I hope, would become one in which we finish this story the way we have started this story. Strongly, we started it with a purpose and a direction. I hope that we can finish it the same way. I feel very confident that we will arrive at Walpole on Thursday morning at 10 o'clock, and there will be a united feeling amongst the Weymouth kids, which is that we do need to do one more thing to make this season complete.
Now the excitement for the coaches as far as this one goes. How about the players? They sat down and talked to me about this upcoming Thanksgiving Day game.
Jim Moser.
Senior year, not looking to let down at all. We haven't looked to let down at all this year. Going in positive attitude, heads high, looking to win it, looking to show them what we're made of. A lot of people have been doubting us, and 9-1, it doesn't prove much unless we go 10-1. So.
Well, I mean, we lost to Wellesley, which set us back a little, but now that we've beat all these other teams, I think we're ready for the big game. It's the seniors' last game. I think we're going to play. We're ready to play.
I think it's going to be a great game with some new rivalry that we have with Walpole, and it's two tough teams going at each other, and this year we're playing for the Super Bowl. Just kids coming off the ball, everybody just coming together as a team and playing as a unit.
I think we have to push the ball. The offensive line has to step up. Definitely has to step up. It's our last game. We're going to play with a lot of emotion.
Team effort. Everything we've done this year is team. Like Coach said, like a lot of people noticed, there's no one individual on the team. We might have 3 captains, but we actually have 25 captains. All the seniors, I mean, we wish we didn't have captains. I wish we just had seniors that, as a team, we all come together and we lead by our actions.
Oh, definitely. I mean, we had to step up in the second half. We proved to everyone in the Bay State League that we're a second-half team, but we're ready to play all the time.
I think so. The halftime coming out of Framingham, we just decided we weren't going to lose again. We just all came together and said, it's do or die time.
I'd say this. I'd say Framingham was definitely one of the best games I've ever been a part of. I said that for that week, and then the week after that was Newton. My mind changed. It wasn't the Framingham game anymore, it was the Newton game. We really came together as a team and showed what you could do when we come together as a team.
We're the hardest working team. Best kids I've been around. Nicest kids. Everyone worked together.
9-1 so far. It's our record, and everybody's playing together. We like hanging around with each other out of school. We just played football together.
Probably the best season I've played in 8 years of football. I'm playing for 8 years, and I think this is probably the best one I've ever been a part of.
Well, I think it starts in high school, where we had a very strong coach, Nate Ross, who was renowned throughout the state, and he instilled in us a sense of sportsmanship, teamwork, and discipline. And I think that was the important thing that carried me through college, where I played sports, and on into life.
Now the crowd still making their way in on a very cold, blustery day here at Turco Field in Walpole, as the wind across breeze and temperature in the 30s. As Weymouth will be kicking off to Walpole to start this football game. As Billy Lovendale will get us going, as Lovendale will be kicking into a cross breeze here at Turco Field. As I mentioned earlier, it is, depending what time it seems, that's how it's been gusting as Lovendale drives it in the way of Mike Thomas. It will go through the end zone, and that is how we will begin this Thanksgiving Day football game. Now the Rebels on offense, quarterbacked by Mike Hurley, a senior 3-year starter, 55% completions. He has had an outstanding year once again, and Dexter Perry, the key back. 2 excellent receivers, and we will see as Hurley with a quick out and completes it for a first down just in front of Wildcat cornerback Eric Wilhelm to Marcus Soto. Wilhelm get the tackle along with linebacker Brian Harvey. As Hurley came out with a quick pass, first down on the stop for the Wildcats. For the Rebels, it should be, or it's very, very close to Wildcat defense, and you can tell by the camera shaking here, the wind. First down. Well, the Wildcat defense will be looking to put the pressure on Mike Hurley. Hurley got off to a slow start a year ago, and a near movement across by the Wildcats. Dexter Perry trying to turn the corner. Perry, good yardage, getting it out to the 36, run out of bounds. Perry brought down on the far sidelines. Brian Harvey in on the first 2 tackles of this game. Perry getting 5, 2nd and 5 coming up. Rebels came in 5 yards on the play, 2nd and 5. Strong skilled position returnees in Hurley, in Perry, in tight end Mike Vardahl, in Phil Carberry, and as well wide receiver Marcus Soto. On 2nd and 5 from the 35. Hurley to throw. Dump off over the middle. It is caught, and it'd be short of the first down as Neil Sanasuaso, the fullback, as he is run down on the play by Brian Harvey and Terrence Norvay. Yes, we will have some of the features that we have had in the past to introduce the lineup, both offense and defense for the Wildcats. Offense in the first half, defense in the second half. And we will also have a little different feature to bring you. We'll talk about that when the time is right. On 3rd and 1, first possession of this game, it is going to be Perry trying to bounce it outside. Kennedy with a tackle, flagged down as Kennedy blocked up. The play by Weymouth number 22. Perry, as he tried to break it outside. Tommy Kennedy coming into this game a little bit nicked up, and the penalty is on Walpole, holding on the Rebels. One of the better cam reviews. Behind in the end zone here at Walpole, it's the Rebels are called for holding. Moves the ball back to the Walpole 30-yard line. 3rd and 10. 3rd and just over 10 to go for the Rebels. Just on the way, Weymouth and Walpole, Thanksgiving Day, 1997. As Hurley to throw, and the quick dump off it is Carberry wide open. Number 6, gets upended, but not before he gets the first down. Joe Grundell brought him down. Carberry's brought down on the play. What the Rebels have done is attack the Wildcat middle, and have had some success. So the Rebels, Mike Hurley's had success with a quick short pass, and a fumble on the play by Thomas, and who has got it? Michael Romig thought he was going to get to it, but he couldn't, and Walpole recovers, but loses 5. Hurley's pitch out to number 28. Wasso falling on it. Covered by Walpole. So the Rebels able to just dodge what could have been a disastrous situation, because the way that bounced, Michael Romig had an opportunity, maybe on the fly, to grab and take off. 2nd and 14. But the bounce back to the Rebels, who have a 2nd and 14. Thomas deep back this time as Hurley to throw. Quick out, it is Soto. Soto gets run out of bounds. Kennedy along with Romig, run them out, as it is going to be the yardage lost on that first down play, +5. So it'll be 3rd and 5.
By number 88, Mike Romig.
Walpole's come out with a quick passing game and kind of negates the Wildcat pass rush a little. It slows it down.
3rd and 5, ball resting at the 50-yard line.
Wildcats have had a good pass rush during this season. 3rd and 5. Hurley to throw. He's going to run and not get the first down. He's going to be sacked. That is what I meant about the pass rush. Defensive end, Stephen Doyle.
On the play by Weymouth, number 60,
brings it down. Hurley saw an avenue. And Mike tried to go through that little avenue and was unsuccessful.
Loss of a yard on the play.
Couple of first downs for the Rebels on their opening possession, and we'll be looking to punt as Mike Weber, senior punter.
Number 10, Mike Weber is
Jeff
on
Lang
the punt
will
for the
await
Rebels.
the kick. And the low snap from Weber doesn't get the best kick in the world because of the circumstances with the wind blowing in his face at that particular time, and the Wildcats will start on offense.
Weber's punt rolls out of bounds
at the 29-yard
line.
And let's meet the Wildcat offense.
Set up on offense.
The numbers speak loud and clear as far as Weymouth High being one of the best offensive teams around in the Bay State League during this 1997 season. Weymouth can come at you in many, many different ways through the running game and the passing game as well, as they have a lot of people who have found their way to the end zone during this 1997 season. As quarterback Matt Scott, 10 touchdown passes and nearly 1,100 yards through the air. 2 excellent tailbacks who average between them over 150 yards per game, and Billy McCarthy and Brian Akabachi, and they have combined for 20 touchdowns. Fullback Brian Harvey is one of the keys in making the offensive go as the senior tri-captain, an excellent blocker, as is tight end Dan Lovendale. Tight end Michael Romig, one of the top receivers for this Weymouth High team. In fact, leads the team in receptions and over 20 yards per catch. Wide receiver Jeff Lang has caught 4 of Matt Scott's passes, 4 touchdowns this year. Ryan McDonald had a 74-yard pass reception for a touchdown against Milton. Tommy Kennedy, besides his 3 touchdown receptions, also has 1 running, as Tommy's had a very solid performance during the season, as has wide receiver Gary Walsh. And an outstanding offensive line, which has gotten stronger and stronger each week, with tackle Josh Bowen and guard Nathan Downs on one side of the football. Center John Moreland anchors the line. He's an excellent long snapper. And the other side of the line will have guard Steve Doyle, along with tackle Justin Ryan, as the Weymouth High offensive line also has some depth to it, with offensive lineman Brian Walsh, who's seen some time as a starter during the season, and Jim Moser, who was hurt early in the year, has come back and produced quite well. Seniors Aaron Drew Monahan will get some playing time, as will senior Gray Dewey, as well as lineman Tom Villanova. And a great year for kicker Billy Lovendale, 36 straight point after kicks. Offensive possession sees Brian Harvey cross the 30 to the 31. As the Wildcat
quarterback Matt Scott's handoff to number 44.
We'll get
Brian
about
Harvey.
2, 2nd down and 8 coming up. The linebacker's the key to the Walpole defense. They have some very quick
Harvey brought down the play
linebackers.
by number 76 for Walpole, Paulie Hurley. Gain of 2 will be 2nd and 8 for the Wildcats.
Mark Rosenthal.
Ball on the Weymouth 31-yard line.
Very, very quick. 2nd and 8. Kennedy in motion. McCarthy on the toss pitch. McCarthy glides
To number 23,
out
Bill
to about
McCarthy.
the 35-yard line as Billy tried to push his blocker ahead. It's Justin
McCarthy's
Ryan
brought
trying
down
to
the
get
play
him
by Walpole's number
that extra
65,
yardage.
Jason Hancock.
As Hancock brings down Billy McCarthy, and it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up for the Wildcats.
3rd and 5 for
Torres
Weymouth.
said he just wanted to be able
Ball on
to
the
run the
Weymouth
ball.
34-yard line.
Let's see if they stay to the ground on 3rd and 5. Will go up with Matt Scott, who will throw. Complete to the 45, first
Scott's
down.
pass is complete to number 84 for Weymouth, Dan Lovendale.
Danny Lovendale.
Lovendale
His
brought
second
down
catch
the
of
play
the
by
season.
Walpole's number 27, Cato Francis.
Scott delivered the strike. Scott down in Levendale just
Wildcat first
curled in
down.
front.
Ball now on
The
the
Rebel
Weymouth
defensive
45-yard line.
back, Tato Francis. So the Wildcats get a first down on their opening possession. Long count by Scott, flags down as Scott keeps, and we'll see if it is offsides on Walpole.
Scott on the keeper, but there's
Middle of the
flags on the
Walpole
play.
line came barreling across. And they're pointing at Walpole, offsides the Rebels. Weymouth crowd across on the hill, watching this one.
The ball to midfield.
6:43 to go, opening quarter. No score, Walpole moved it to midfield, stalled out. Weymouth is at midfield right now. Is Billy McCarthy on first and 5, gets it to the 48-yard line.
McCarthy brought down in the play by number 76.
Second down and about 2.
Hurley.
It's Paul Hurley brings him down. Paul, the younger brother of Mike.
Pickup of 3 yards on the play, 2nd and 2.
Wildcats on the field. We're pumped. I mean, you could just see it. They know what's at stake for them. Walpole the same. McCarthy bounces it outside. Billy McCarthy gets the first down.
Tom Kennedy.
As McCarthy gets it to the 42-yard line, that's Tato Francis.
For the Rebels, Phil Carberry.
Well, the Wildcats want to be able to run the football, and they have done that so far with some success.
Good enough for another Weymouth first down. Ball now inside Walpole territory at the Rebels' 43-yard line.
The 42, first down Wildcats. McCarthy follows Harvey, crosses the 40, and Paul Hurley from behind will bring him down. So the Wildcat sophomore tailback
number 7, Mark
gets
Rosenthal.
about 4 on the play, second down.
Pickup of 4 yards on the play, 2nd and 6.
You can hear
Ball on the
probably
Rebels' 39-yard line.
at the wind, which gusts at times. McCarthy again.
Scott's handout to
Blast
number
up the middle
23,
to about
McCarthy.
the 36-yard line. Carberry
McCarthy brought
him
down the
down.
play by Walpole's number 6, Phil Carberry.
We'll set up. We'll come down to about 3rd and just about 3. Wildcats got to get it to just about the 33.
There'll be 3rd and a long 3 for the Wildcats.
That'll be an interesting call
Ball
right
on the
here.
Rebels' 36-yard line.
Scott, McCarthy again. Hurley brings him down at the 35. Paul Hurley just shed the block and brought down Billy McCarthy for a 2-yard gain.
Stopped on the play by Walpole's number 76, Paulie Hurley.
Paul Hurley made a very nice play and sets up an interesting call. 4th and down, and a little over a yard and a half to go. It's Wildcats will spend a timeout to think about.
Timeout, Weymouth.
Interesting call. Will the Wildcats go for it or kick here on 4th down? A little over a yard and a half to go.
4th and 2.
And the Wildcats decided that they will go for it. Now, first big call this one. 4th, a little over a yard and a half. It's McCarthy, Akabachi trying to follow Harvey. Akabachi should have the first down. It's going to say McCarthy, and the spot should be a first down, and is.
Akabachi brought down the play by Walpole's number 7, Mark Rosenthal.
Just did a good job as Mark Rosenthal brought him down as he just accelerated outside behind Brian Harvey. Got enough.
Ball on the Walpole 32-yard line.
Just to the 33. Akabachi this time won't have the success. Paul Hurley.
Brian Akabachi.
Off to a good start as far as this one goes.
Akabachi brought down the play by
Brian
number
Akabachi
76.
just couldn't even
Hurley.
get anywhere.
And number
Paul
79,
Hurley.
Justin Nottingham.
Hurley and Nottingham just did the job in bringing him down. 2nd down in about
No gain
9.
on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Sets up an interesting situation here. Do the Wildcats go to the air? No. Akabachi on the ground.
Number 20, Brian
Akabachi trying to pinball his way like he normally does. He's crosses the 30. Nottingham and Carberry bring him down as they'll lock it at the 29. 3rd and 6.
Bill Carberry. Pickup of 3 on the play, be 3rd and 7.
Wildcats just doing the pounding of the football here in this opening possession. One pass play, and they were successful with it. And Scott with a second pass. Deep ball, and he had a little too much on it. Wind might have gotten it as Ryan McDonald, the intended receiver, he was open. But it was a deep ball that might have taken off on Matt. It'll be 4th down and long for the Wildcats. And Billy Lovendale will amount to being a 47-yard field goal. And the wind behind his back.
Lovendale on to attempt the field goal.
Low snap. Lovendale hits a rocket. And it's just wide. He had the distance, but it was just wide.
Lovendale's field goal is no good.
So the Wildcats move the ball, but don't get any points. But Billy Lovendale, with a crossed wind, just shot it wide. Billy has got an extraordinary leg during the season. Some of the practices he has hit 60-yard field goals.
Ball on the Walpole 29-yard line, 1st and 10 for the
Rebels will get it at the line of scrimmage where it was snapped on the field goal. The 29 is Hurley on play action, 1st down. Near side as he is going to run. Hurley with a leap, and Hurley gets cut down at about the 36.
Hurley brought down on the play by Weymouth number 44, Brian Harvey.
Brought him down as he got him by the ankles as Hurley got a head of steam and heading upfield, gets about 7, maybe 8, 2nd and 2. Hurley's got the stride.
Pickup of 9 yards on the play, be 2nd and 1.
6'3". Just get that stride as he just
ball on the Walpole 38-yard line.
Lumbers out. Second and 2. Wildcats bunch up at the line. And it's going to be Dexter Perry getting the first down.
For the Rebels, Dexter Perry.
Yes, Brian Harvey bringing him down.
Brought down on the play by Weymouth's number 44, Brian Harvey.
First down. Perry just enough.
Perry's carry good enough for another Walpole 1st down. Ball now resting on the Rebels' 40-yard line, 1st and 10.
It will be. It's just the pressure the Wildcats can put defensively on Walpole's offense. Hurley. Quick out. Soto with a catch. Wilhelm doesn't make the tackle, and Harvey is going to chase him down. He can't. Nagel finally does at the Weymouth 35.
Soto is brought down.
Soto just got away from Merrick Wilhelm and just took off upfield. 1st down Walpole in Weymouth territory.
Good enough for another Walpole 1st down. Ball now in Weymouth territory.
Final minute of this first half.
35-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Rebels.
Trying to move for the game's first score. Wildcats just got turned away with that opportunity. And some look like movement in the line. And it was 1st and 15 is
Thomas. But there's flags on the play.
Right side of the Walpole line apparently did
Thomas
move.
Brought down on the play by number. Illegal procedure is the call against Walpole. It'll be 1st and 15 for the Rebels.
I can just tell. I mean, some of the shots we apologize. The gust of winds up here on top of Torco Field. It's not easy. It's Hurley. Draw to Perry, nowhere to go. Gary Gillespie and Matt Nagel saw to that.
Perry brought down in the play by Weymouth's number
Wildcat
21,
defensive
Matt
tackle
Nagel.
and linebacker make the play. Set up a 2nd down in about 15 in the final play of this opening quarter, which is scoreless.
On the play, it'll be 2nd and 15.
Most of my recollections about Thanksgiving Day were just the great rivalry between Weymouth North, Weymouth South. it didn't matter what the records were going into the game, whether one team was, undefeated or the other team had only 2 wins. They played like they were both champs. You know what I mean? It always went down to the wire. There was some great plays. There was some great hitting. The games were very competitive, and that was the thing I remembered most about the 2 games.
It was always a lot of fun. You always got to play against South. It's always a big day, big game. The whole town was there. To be honest, I'd rather have had an opportunity to play with some of the South kids against another town like these kids are getting to do. I think it's going to be a great game.
10 years ago, you played in a game where you defeated Weymouth South, and then found out later on that you won the old Colony League title. And you're almost involved in the same situation 10 years later. I mean, what went through your mind all of a sudden hearing the news you've won the OCL title?
Oh, it was a great feeling, and I hope we get the same feeling, only this time I hope we get the news that we're going to the Super Bowl as well.
Bootleg. Flipping it for the corner. Barassa. Rebound. Touchdown. Sean McBurney. 4th and goal. At the 2. Sabrustis on the roll. Whitaker. Touchdown.
On the reception for the touchdown. Kevin Whitaker.
The money man. The Weymouth band serenading across field as they made the trek down for this Thanksgiving Day football game, which is scoreless after 1. Mark Duchamp with you on the Weymouth channel. Walpole, 2nd down, 15. They went to the draw on 1st down with no success. As Santa Suasa the lone back. 3 receivers right of the formation. Hurley rolls that way. Hurley on the dump off, tipped away. Wildcat defensive backs.
Hurley's fast and
right in the avenue as Michael Romick knocked away the pass. It's intended for Phil Carberry.
Play by Weymouth's number 88, Mike Romick.
Michael just tipped it away, and Joe Grandel on the rebound had a chance, but the ball just diving away from Joe. Would have been a very,
ball on the Wildcats' 40-yard line.
Terrific play if he ever caught that off the turf. 3rd and 16. Hurley trying to avoid the pressure and going deep downfield, and this threw it past Soto, who was covered by Wilhelm.
Number 2, Marcus Soto.
As Eric stayed with
Marcus
Marcus
Soto.
Soto.
By Weymouth's number 34,
Only 4th down and 15.
Number 10 for the Rebels, Mike Weber on the punt.
Has been brought on the punt.
To receive for Weymouth, number 37, Jeff Lang.
Rebels want to play the field position right at the present time and just pen the Wildcats up. And Weber just trying to pooch it. And he puts it in the end zone, touchback.
Weber's punt set at their own 20-yard line.
Second period just underway here at Turco Field in Walpole. 2 9-1 teams going at it. You can tell how this wind is gusting. Brian Harvey.
Scott's handoff to number 44,
going nowhere.
Brian Harvey.
You know, Brian just couldn't.
Harvey brought down the play by number 65 for the Rebels, Jason Hancock.
Jason Hancock just.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10
Brian
for
Harvey.
Ball on their own 20-yard line.
Wildcats' first possession. They march from their own 29 to the Walpole 29, trying a 46-yard field goal, but it was a little wide by Billy Lovendale. Scott, handoff again.
Scott, handoff to number 23, Bill McCarthy.
Billy McCarthy. Mad at himself. If he kept his foot.
McCarthy tripped up on the play by number 6 for the Rebels, Phil Carberry.
Phil Carberry will get credit for a tackle, but McCarthy more or less went down on his own. It'll be 3rd down and 5.
Gain of 5 yards on the play, be 3rd and 5. Ball on the Weymouth 25-yard line.
Third and 5. Scott the throw. Pressure. And the pass is caught by Jeff Lang on a beautiful reception in front of Mike Hurley.
Jeff Lang.
Lang just went up and grabbed it. First down to the 40.
Play by Walpole's number 12, Michael Hurley.
And the Wildcats thought they were going to call a timeout, and they didn't.
Good enough for a Weymouth first down. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. Ball on the 40-yard line. Timeout is called.
Well, we hope you enjoyed the first of our mini features with the Wildcat coaches who played in Weymouth, or Weymouth North and Weymouth South, as far as their recollections of Thanksgiving Day and some of the highlights of the games that they played in. The present day Weymouth athletes, 1st and 10 at their own 40, and Scott with a good pass to Jeff Lang. He's been a little bit banged up with a slight hamstring pull, and counter play, Billy McCarthy trying to navigate his way. Rosenthal plugs up the hole. Walpole linebacker just got into the middle of the play, made the tackle, and had help from a few of his other
McCarthy
teammates.
stopped on the play by Walpole's number 21, Rich DeSembro.
2nd down coming up. And 8.
Pickup of 2 yards on the play, 2nd and 8.
Rosenthal just got into that gap area and just did a good job. He plugged it up. 2nd and 8 is going to be McCarthy.
To number 20, Brian Ecobachi.
And it'll be a 2-yard gain, setting up 3rd and 6. Carberry, Rosenthal are both there.
Ecobachi is brought down in the play by Walpole's number 65, Jason Hancock. And number 7, Mark Rosenthal.
3rd and 6. Scott and the Wildcats already have a first down. It's possession with a pass play.
3rd and 6 for Weymouth. Ball on their own 44-yard line.
It's Matt, bootleg, pressure from Rosenthal, but completes it as he withstood the pressure, and Michael Romick gets the reception, first down in front of Mike Hurley.
Scott's pass is complete to number 88 for Weymouth.
Rosenthal came on the blitz.
Brought down in the play by Walpole's number 12, Michael Hurley.
Stepped up and just made the pass. First down, Weymouth.
Good enough for Weymouth, 47. First down. Ball now in Walpole territory at the Rebels' 47-yard line. 1st and 10.
2 pass plays by Matt Scott on this drive of getting first downs, and timeout.
Timeout is called by the...
8:51 to go in the first half, and it is scoreless. Weymouth, once again in Walpole territory with a first down. Brian Harvey, cut down by Hancock. As Hancock grabbed the Weymouth fullback right at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10
number 44, Brian Harvey, the ball carrier. Tripped up on the play by Walpole's number 76, Paulie
Good
Hurley.
job of just stepping in the gap and making the play. The Walpole defensive line loves the slant.
Ball on the Rebels' 47-yard
so
line.
far and causing a couple of problems. Ryan Akabachi trying to get the head of steam. Akabachi
number 20 for the Wildcats,
dropped by Carberry after about a 2-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and 8.
Brought down in the play by Walpole's number 6, Phil Carberry.
Akabachi had a head of steam, but Carberry also had a head of steam.
Weymouth.
Just threw the shoulder down at the ankles and made a good open field tackle. 3rd and 8. The Wildcats have been in this position in this drive already a couple of times. Scott, sacked. And Walpole will get the fumble as well.
Walpole's number 41,
Dave Monahan fell on it. The Scott just got rolled.
Sack.
Justin Nottingham put the pressure on and just rolled Matt Scott. Walpole to Weymouth 44. Just good pressure by the Rebels up the middle. Nothing for Matt Scott to do, and he just got rolled. Hurley will throw on first down, pump fake, complete. Carberry turns it back outside and rolls out of bounds. Out at the 32 as it's Marcus Soto.
Was run out of bounds by number 88 for the Wildcats, Mike Romig.
And the first down pass by Mike Hurley is complete for 12 and another first down. 7:28 to go, first half. We're scoreless.
Good enough for Walpole, first down. Ball now on the Weymouth 33-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Rebels.
Perry.
Hurley's handoff to number 24.
Slices his way inside the 30 to the 27.
Perry brought
Brian
down
Harvey.
the play by Weymouth's number 44, Brian Harvey.
He's had a pretty darn good first half. Makes the tackle, and the Rebels trying to take advantage of the Hancock fumble recovery.
Pickup of 7 yards on the play. 2nd and 3 for Walpole.
Make first down, a tough down for the Rebels. That's what the Wildcats would love to do. That time they don't, and Thomas
Hurley's handoff to
breaks
number 28,
outside,
Nate
gets the
Thomas.
first down. Thomas inside the 20 and to the 19.
Thomas is run out of bounds by Weymouth's number
Thomas
24,
made a good
Tom
move at the
Walsh.
line of scrimmage and just took off upfield. And to the
Good
19, the
enough for
Rebels
Walpole,
go.
first down. Ball now on the Weymouth 19-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Walpole Rebels.
And movement in the line, and let's see if it's going to be 1st and 15. Wildcats did move.
Flags on the play.
The Rebels for procedure.
Dead ball. Back to the Weymouth 24-yard line.
15.
1st and 15 for Walpole.
On the give it is going to be Perry.
Hurley's handoff to number
As he will
24,
get the yardage
Dexter
back.
Perry.
Is Perry brought down by Nagel. Along with
Perry
Terrence
brought down
Norday,
the play by
Gary
number
Gillespie.
60, Steve Doyle.
2nd and 11 is Perry.
Pickup of 4 yards.
4 yards. He just got what he could.
For the Rebels. Ball on the 21-yard line.
Walpole's deepest penetration. It comes off the fumble recovery by Hancock. Pitch. Thomas.
Hurley's pitch out to number 28,
Gets
Nate
it to
Thomas.
the 15 and now to the 14. Steve Doyle wrote him down. but
Thomas brought
Thomas
down
looked
the play
like
by
he had the
number
head of
60 for the
steam.
Wildcats, Steve
And he
Doyle.
looked like he was going to break for more than the 7 that he got. 3rd and just about 5. Thomas has got the
It'll be
speed.
3rd and
Hurry.
5 for Walpole.
Slashing type back. Wildcats, Weymouth present the same type of situation. And a flag down. Walpole might have made a mistake.
Flag on the play. Procedures to call against the Wildcats.
Well, procedure on the Wildcats and a big penalty at that. Did not see what the procedure call was. It'll be 3rd and 1. Perry.
Hurley's handoff
First
to
and
number
goal.
24 for the
It will
Rebels.
be for the
Dexter
Rebels,
Perry.
58.
Perry brought down the play by
Perry.
number 21, Matt Nagel.
Brought down by
and
Matt
number
Nagel.
88, Mike Romig.
2 linebackers converge. They're going to measure. It looked like Perry had a little more than he got on that play. There was a question about it, but it is the first down for the Rebels. Well, the Wildcats
Ball resting
try to
just
slow them
inside
down.
the Weymouth 10-yard line.
Thomas, right at the line of scrimmage. He's in trouble. He's not going anywhere. Matt Nagel and Michael Romig. Something that is, they just grabbed Nate
for the
Thomas.
Wildcats, Matt Nagel, and number 88,
Right at
Mike
the line of
Romig.
scrimmage, and in fact, he'll lose a yard. It'll be second down and goal.
No gain on the play. It'll be second and goal for Walpole.
As they go to the full house backfield. Perry trying to bounce it outside. Perry trying to run to the corner. Perry cut down. Open field tackle by Joe Grundell.
Perry brought down on the play by number 14, Joe Grundell.
Grundell just strung it out and made the open field tackle. Perry, who's got good speed, couldn't turn the corner there. It'd be third and goal.
Timeout is called by the Rebels.
And Walpole will spend a timeout with 4:11 to go first half. Third and goal coming up for the Walpole Rebels. Scoreless game.
For the Rebels.
Third and goal.
Wildcats 6-yard
Will be a
line.
passing situation. It's Mike Hurley. The Rebels will break off into it. Perry for the slant touchdown, Marcus Soto.
Marcus Soto for the Walpole touchdown. Walpole score.
And Michael Weber will try to add to it. And then flags down and
Flags on the dead ball foul. Illegal procedure is
on
the
the
call
Rebels.
against the Rebels.
Procedure will be called on them. And the discussion. Now it should be marked off. And Mike Weber will try it again.
Walpole re-kick the extra point attempt try.
Weber
Weber's kick is
kicks
up
it
and
through,
good.
and it's 7-0 Walpole, 4:07 to go in the first half.
Of play.
The Rebels
Back to
go 41 yards after the fumble recovery. Touchdown pass, Hurley
number
to Soto.
23, Bill
Dave Monahan's fumble recovery setting up the drive as Mike Weber spins it. And fumble by the Wildcats.
Weber's
Eric
kick is
Wilhelm,
fielded
but he
by number
picks it up
34,
and takes
Eric
it back up
Wilhelm.
to the 25. As Eric
Wilhelm is brought down on the play by Walpole's number 21, Rich
couldn't hang on to it and was able to recover and still get a little. But Weymouth will start at their own 25, and field position has been important as far as
Weymouth
this
will
one
start
goes.
first and 10 at their own
Wildcats
25-yard
been
line.
at their own 29, 20, and now 25 in their possessions. Last Walpole possession at the Weymouth 41, and they took advantage of it on the fumble recovery by Dave Hancock. Toss pitch, it is McCarthy.
Pitch out to number 23, Bill McCarthy.
McCarthy doing a good job of navigating about 4 or 5 yards.
McCarthy brought down in the play by Walpole's number 6, Phil Carberry, and number 27, Cato Francis.
So they can run the football. So they get 4 on that play, second down and 6 coming up.
Pickup of 5 yards on the play, 2nd and 5 for the Wildcats. Ball on their own 30-yard line.
Inside handoff and the 3rd and short situation coming up is McCarthy. Pounds it across the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
Scott's handoff to number 23, Bill McCarthy.
3rd and 1. Weymouth has moved the ball.
Brings up a 3rd and 1 for Weymouth.
Key has been. It's been a long ways to go. Again inside and a gaping hole for Billy McCarthy.
To number 23,
first down
Bill
run
McCarthy.
to the 45. Marcus Soto
McCarthy
brings him down.
Play by number 2, Marcus Soto, and number 12, Michael Hurley.
It's Billy McCarthy.
Good enough for Weymouth,
Rambled
first
through the
down.
hole. Right side of the line, Justin Ryan. Steve Doyle opened up a nice hole for him to run through.
Ball now resting on the Weymouth 45-yard line, 1st and 10.
It's had success in 3rd down plays for the most part. Brian Harvey.
Scott's handoff to number 42, Brian Harvey. Harvey brought down in the play by Walpole's number 21, Rich DeCembral.
Rich DeCembral brought down Brian Harvey. Brian that time able to slide his way for 5.
Pick up of 4 yards on the play, 2nd and 6. Ball resting on the 50-yard line.
Number 2, Weymouth. Possession going against the 2 minutes to go, first half. Walpole 7-0. Scott, swing outside, it is going to be Kennedy.
Scott's pass is
Kennedy
to number 22,
dropped by
Kennedy.
Soto. As Kennedy just
Kennedy
bounces
brought
way
down
for
the play by
extra, but
number
he
2
was
for
cut
Walpole,
down
Marcus
just short
Soto.
of the first down. 3rd and about 1 for the Wildcats. Remember, Weymouth used a couple of timeouts earlier in this
3rd
half.
and long 1 for Weymouth.
Fumble, rolling loose, and Weymouth might have gotten lucky.
Fumble on the play, recovered by Weymouth number 56.
Justin Ryan, right place, right time.
Justin
Weymouth gets a
Ryan.
first down. 1:16 to go in the first half.
There'll be a first down for the Wildcats. Ball on the Walpole 43-yard line, 1st and 10.
Kennedy comes around the corner. Kennedy gets loose.
Number 22,
Tommy Kennedy to the 25, first down. Tommy Kennedy comes around on the reverse and gets to 18 yards. And Weymouth trying to move to even this one up. McCarthy
Handoff to number
for
23
2.
for Weymouth, Bill McCarthy.
Timeout.
McCarthy brought down in the play
Weymouth
by Walpole's
with
number
31
6,
seconds
Bill
left in the
Carberry.
first half. Weymouth battling a win situation. Scott, play action. Rolls, keeps. Scott trying to roll out of bounds, gets it down to the 16. Timeout Weymouth now, 19 seconds left.
Weymouth calls timeout.
19 seconds left as Matt could not get out of bounds. 3rd and about 1, and the Wildcats need 16 for the touchdown. Well, tough situation. 3rd and 1, 19 seconds left. Timeout situation's interesting. Scott, play action. Has to run, gets the first down. First down, clock should stop, and it hasn't yet. Now it does with 9. And they do not give him the spot and timeout. Weymouth 3 seconds left here in the first half. Scott and company thought they should have had measurement at least. Billy Lovendale.
Number 10,
try a 32-yard field goal. And that's going to be the crosswind. Now Walpole will spend a timeout.
Walpole.
Billy Lovendale think about the field goal attempt on this 4th down, but there's only 3 seconds left here in the first half. That's the most important fact. Billy Lovendale will try
of number 12, Matt
32-yard field goal straight on, but it is a tricky wind. And it is partially tipped, and the Wildcats will come up empty.
Kick is no good.
Now Marcus Soto touchdown reception in the first half. That is the first half as far as the scoring goes. 7-0 Walpole leads. And as far as a quick feature, defensive line coach Joe Glow was part of the championship team of 1987. Talks about it and highlights of his senior
stand down by the scoreboard to the right of the
South in 1988.
Honestly, Mark, I really, you know, it was a great experience to win the OCL. You know, I would have liked to win it flat out by beating Bridgewater that year, but you know, we won it, and I just got the coat at home, hanging up, the OCL champ coat. But it doesn't fit anymore because I've gained about 50 pounds. But you know, besides that, yeah, it was a great experience.
So the Maroons with the first big play of the game, 4th and 4 from the 14. Toss pitch, Barrasso to throw. Towards the end zone, wide open. Navarro, touchdown. Will throw his first varsity pass. Chella deep. Touchdown. Jimmy On this cold, blustery, windy day here at Walpole, 7-0. Rebels lead the Wildcats. Mark Duchamp with you on the Weymouth channel. Dave Hancock fumble recovery led to the Walpole touchdown, which was a Mike Hurley touchdown pass to Marcus Soto of 6 yards. And the Wildcats have hit 2 field goal attempts by Billy Lovendale. The last one just was a low snap, and it was partially blocked going up from 32 yards out, and a 47-yarder that just drifted wide. As Mike Weber will not get a chance to kick off as of yet. For Walpole, Wildcats will get their hands on the football first. Wind gusty at times here at Turco Field. And we will try it one more time. Probably going to have somebody hold for Mike Weber. Marcus Soto has elected himself to do that. As Marcus is also the holder for Weber on PATs. Weber drills it with the wind. McCarthy has trouble with it, as well as Grandel. They will touch it down in the end zone. Now Weymouth having to start at their own 20. The position has not been pleasant for the Wildcats. As they go to Billy McCarthy.
Quarterback Matt Scott's handoff to number 23, Bill McCarthy.
On a hand, or check it.
McCarthy is brought down on the play by Walpole's number 65. Pick up of 1 yard on the play.
Second and 9 for the Wildcats, who ran the ball.
Ball on their own 21-yard line.
Solid. Maybe the best way to describe how they ran the ball. Not great, not bad. Toss pitch, McCarthy.
Scott's pitch out to number 23, Bill McCarthy.
26.
McCarthy brought down the play by Walpole's number 27, Cato Francis.
Cato Francis brings down Billy McCarthy under the 6-yard gain. 3rd and 3 coming up.
Pick up of 5 yards on the play.
Moving the
football. They'll be 3rd and 4
Short
for
passes, ran the football.
Ball on their own 26-yard line.
But having to go 70, 80 yards was not an easy situation. And Walpole had a short run for their touchdown. As McCarthy gets wiped out by Rosenthal.
Number 23, Bill McCarthy.
It's a good hold
on the carry.
But Rosenthal
McCarthy
came
is brought
smashing
down
in
by number 7, Mark Rosenthal.
Billy McCarthy. And it'll be 4th down. So Wildcats got 3 and out on their first possession here of the second half. And Billy Lovendale will be punting for the first time in this game. And a very funny type breeze is blowing across field. And then all of a sudden we'll blow.
Number 10, Bill Lovendale on to punt for
Lovendale's face or Lovendale's back.
Walpole.
And he just
number 11, Kevin Ludwig, and number 2, Marcus Soto.
It's Marcus Soto and Kevin Ludwig will not venture after it, and he'll roll dead at the 34. A lot of roll to that punt.
Lovendale's punt is down by number 88.
It ended up being about 36 yards for Billy.
At the Walpole.
Well, let's meet the Weymouth defense for this 1997 season. Just like the offense, the Weymouth High defense can come at you many, many different ways. They have a very strong front 4, linebacking core, and defensive secondary, as the outside pressure provided by Justin Ryan and Steve Doyle at their end positions. Inside pressure comes from tackles Gary Gillespie and Mike Archibald, as the 4 defensive linemen have 12 sacks between them. Even the reserves can come at you with very tough pressure. Jim Moser, the senior tri-captain, has come back from injury and provided some spark in the defensive line, as has senior John Akabachi. Inside linebackers Brian Harvey and Terrence Norvey, over 200 tackles between them, and as well 6 sacks. Outside linebackers Matt Nagel and Mike Romick are always around the ball, providing headaches for the opponent's offense. Ryan Walsh, the sophomore reserve linebacker, has provided the rest needed for the 2 inside linebackers. And in the defensive backfield, Tom Kennedy and Eric Wilhelm, the 2 junior cornerbacks, have 4 interceptions between them. Safety Joe Grandel with 5 interceptions during this 1997 season. And reserve defensive back Tom Walsh picked off his pass against Braintree. And seniors Graham Beard and Brett Carnelli
Now they'll see some time during this game. So the Rebels, it's the short passing game with Mike Hurley. They had some success with it as Dexter Perry.
Quarterback Michael Hurley's handoff to number 24, Dexter Perry.
It's the two linebackers that came in and made the play.
21, Matt Nagel.
Came parading in. Brian Harvey has had a strong performance so far, as has Matt Nagel.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10 for Walpole.
For the Rebels, the quick outs have been...
Ball on the Rebels' 34-yard line.
Key pass. Carberry and Soto been able to just curl in front of the Wildcat receivers, and Hurley has been delivering just like that.
Hurley's pass is complete to number 6, Phil Carberry.
Out after he gets the first down to the 44. Carberry
is driven out of bounds by Weymouth number 22, Tom Kennedy.
And Tommy came up and had to push him out of bounds. 1st and 10 at the 44.
Good enough for Walpole, first down. Rebels have 1st and 10 on their own 44-yard line.
Toss pitch. Thomas.
Hurley's pitch out to number 28, Nate
Flag
Thomas.
Down. Michael
Roddick
just got a piece of him and then had help from Terrence Norvay. But a flag down on the play.
Number 64 for Weymouth, Terrence Norvay
on the Rebels. So that will just negate that Thomas short gain, and the Rebels
holding is the call against the Rebels.
If you don't think this is a featured game, you have cameras from channels 4, 5, and 7 here.
We'll have 1st and 20.
So the Rebels get pushed back as the Wildcats take the penalty and make it a 1st and 20 situation. As almost of a sprint type formation, 3 wide receivers. As you see Carberry come in motion towards you, and Hurley to throw. And hits Sanasuaso on the run. Sanasuaso, just gaping hole of yardage as he brings it down to the 30 of Weymouth.
Tripped up by Weymouth's number 21, Matt Nagel.
Matt Nagel had to hustle him down, and all Sanasuaso was nearly gone. A little flip in the middle.
First down inside Weymouth territory at the Wildcat 33-yard line.
The Rebels were in a little bit of a hole. Well, they find a way to get out of it. Hurley will throw again. Punt fake, looking deep. Soto open.
Hurley's pass is complete.
And he has got it for the touchdown.
For the Walpole touchdown.
Well, the Rebels go 65 yards in their first possession in the second half and have a 2-touchdown lead.
Number 10, Mike Weber.
Yes, Mike Weber will try to make it a 14-0 game. And Weber is wide with a kick.
Weber's kick is no good, wide to the left.
8:19 to go.
With 8:19 left in the third, Joe Grondell.
Now, and number 25-yard drive for the Rebels. And through the friendly skies of Mike Hurley's right arm, Marcus Soto and Neil Sanasuaso are key pass receptions. As Mike Weber again drills it with help of the wind, but this time it'll go out of bounds, and the Wildcats have the option and possibly will take the football at the 35.
Wildcats will set up there 1st and 10.
The Wildcats will have it now really have to start cashing in on opportunities and moving the football. Down by 13. As they will go with Billy McCarthy.
Handoff to number 23 for the Wildcats, Bill McCarthy. McCarthy is brought down on the play by number 27 for the Rebels, Tito Francis.
In this one. So far, Walpole had the fumble recovery
Pick up
by Dave.
5 yards on the play, 2nd and 5
They have also
Weymouth.
had
ball on their own 35-yard
pass
line.
plays on their last possession. That has been the key as far as this one goes. It's a big plays for the Rebels. Brian Akabachi.
Number 20, Brian Ecobachi, the ball carrier.
As he gets it out to the 39, and it'll be
Ecobachi brought down on the play by number 7, Mark Rosenthal, and number 79, Justin Nottingham.
A couple of big plays on defense.
It'll be third and a short one for Weymouth.
Nottingham, maybe the biggest
ball on their
play.
own
It was
39-yard line.
Matt Scott that forced the fumble that Dave Hancock recovered to get the Rebels their first touchdown. McCarthy on 3rd and 1.
Number 23, Bill McCarthy, is the ball carrier.
To the 45-yard line, and the Wildcats pound out. First down. They haven't been able to move the football.
Tackle made on the play by number 6, Bill Carberry, and number 7, Mark Rosenthal. Good enough for Weymouth.
The Rebels
down.
have just
Wildcats have 1st and 10 on their own 45-yard line.
Had a couple of big plays. That's been the difference. Brian Akabachi bowls his way for about 2 or 3.
Number 20, Brian Akabachi, the ball carrier for Weymouth.
Brings him down.
Brought down to play by number 65 for the Rebels, Jason Hancock. Pickup of a short 2 on the play, 2nd and 8.
Again, the Wildcats to the ground, and big yardage here. Brian Akabachi just rumbles to the Walpole 34, and Wildcat bench and fans explode.
Akabachi brought down the play by number 2, Marcus Soto.
Wildcat fans need right now is to get off their hands to get the team back and going, and the team
ball now resting on the Walpole 34-yard line.
Weymouth trying to turn things around for themselves, down 13-0.
At this time, we'd like to thank the Walpole High School cheerleaders.
Down to the Walpole 34. Weymouth will just head to the line of scrimmage after the timeout, as they will have a 1st and 10. And they will go on the counter play.
Handoff to number 20.
Brian Akabachi, second effort. Akabachi run out of bounds by Hurley, and he might have grabbed the face mask in doing so.
There's a flag
Brian
on the play.
Akabachi did get the first down run, but add to it a face mask.
Face mask is the call against Walpole.
Oh, mark off some yardage for the Wildcats. It'll be an incidental 5-yard face mask as Brian Akabachi's second effort just grinded out the first down run of 10 yards and plus
ball now
5
just
more.
inside the Walpole 20-yard line.
McCarthy trying to follow Akabachi and Harvey.
Number 23, Bill McCarthy.
McCarthy is shot down with the flag down inside the 20 to the 17, and see what this one
McCarthy is brought down to the play by Walpole's number 79, Justin Nottingham.
Holding on Weymouth. That hurts. Hurts big time.
Holding is the call against the Wildcats.
No, Weymouth does not want to have happen. It's that type of situation, making it a 1st and 20. Akabachi, nowhere to go for Brian.
Number 20, Brian Akabachi.
Grabbed him and brought him to the turf after about a yard gain.
Brought down to the play by number 65, Jason Hancock, and number 79, Justin Nottingham.
Weymouth having to get inside the 10 for a first down, as they will have a second down coming up, and tough wind to throw against, which is now blowing from the crossfield to the near side. McCarthy.
Scott's handoff to number 23, Bill
Getting
McCarthy.
to the 25, 3rd and 16 coming up.
McCarthy brought down the play by Walpole's number 65, Jason Hancock, and number 6, Bill
3rd and
Carberry.
16, because you know Hull's going to be looking for, and how the
3rd and
Wildcats are going to
15
be
for
able
the
to handle
Wildcats.
it.
Ball on the Walpole 25-yard line.
I'd like to see the Wildcats try to just get a chunk of it right here and then try to get it the rest on 4th down. Scott rolls. Pressure from Nottingham. He's going down, and he has lost the football.
Scott is sacked on the play by number 79, Justin Nottingham.
Just grabbed by Justin Nottingham, and Wildcat drive gets killed because of the penalty and the sack on 4th down.
He was ruled down prior to the fumble.
No fumble is Justin Nottingham's second sack of the ball game.
Weymouth will have 4th down.
And the Wildcats Well, this drive, which looked promising,
ball on the Walpole 34-yard line.
Mistakes made on the holding penalty and the sack right there. Scott throws behind Michael Romig. Romig's got it, and it will be short of the first down. And Weymouth will lose the ball and down.
Scott's pass is complete to number 88. Short of the first down. Walpole will take over on offense.
So the Rebels hold
10.
off the Wildcats, and the Wildcats hurting themselves on this drive. Holding penalty, just a killer on that first down run when they were at the 20-yard line. Handoff to Perry, nowhere for him to
number
go.
24 for Walpole, Dexter
Mike
Perry.
Romig and Matt Nagel in on the tackle.
Perry is brought down on the play by number 21 for Weymouth, Matt Nagel, and number 88, Mike Romig.
Curley's been able to make the
no gain on the play, second and 10 for the Rebels.
Different.
Ball on their own 21-yard line.
3:4 to go here in the third period. Wildcats had make good plays in first down for the most part, and then it's just these plays here. As it is going to be Thomas. Mike Archibald got a piece of
handoff to number 28, Nathan Thomas.
Away from him, and Terrence Norvay had the
Thomas brought down on the play by number 64 for Weymouth, Terrence Norvay.
Right there to make the tackle, third down. And 8.
It'll be 3rd and 8 for the Rebels. Ball on their own 23-yard line.
Hurley will be looking to throw here in this 3rd and 8. Carberry and Soto nearest to you as they are split from the formation. And Hurley looking that way and trying to avoid the pressure Weymouth putting on him. Hurley dumping it off and overshoots Marcus Soto. Tommy Walsh on the coverage.
Marcus Soto.
And Michael Romig might
provided by Weymouth number 24, Tom Walsh.
The passer.
But there's a flag on the play.
Personal foul, roughing the passer on Weymouth, and a big penalty. And a little frustration for the Wildcats right there.
Penalty is against the Wildcats. Walpole,
big mistake.
39-yard line.
Right
Walpole
there,
have first and 10 on their own 39.
Instead of getting their hands on the football, they just see Walpole maintain possession, good field position, as it is Thomas getting loose.
Nathan Thomas
in the Weymouth territory to the Weymouth 40.
Thomas is brought down in the play by Weymouth number 63, Jim Mosier.
Themselves. A couple of key
good enough for
penalties.
Another Walpole first
just
down.
killed them. On their possession, they move the football down.
Ball now inside Weymouth territory at the Wildcat 41-yard line, first and 10.
The passer penalty has kept the Walpole drive alive. And Weymouth has got to literally make the stand here or now, or else it could be a tough way to see the season wind down. Thomas.
Hurley's handoff to number 28, Nathan Thomas. There's a
Matt
flag
Nagel
on the
with
play.
a tackle and a flag down, and I think we got holding in Walpole.
Thomas was brought down in the play by Weymouth number 21, Matt Nagel.
Nagel made an excellent open field tackle, but holding on the Rebels. A couple of Walpole players came over and said, who was it on? And just shook their head.
Holding is the call against the
first and 20.
First and 20 for Walpole.
Walpole had one of these situations in this third period and got out of it.
Hurley's handoff to number 28, Nathan
Cannot
Thomas.
get away from the pressure put up the middle by Matt Nagel. Nagel slowed him down, Romig and Harvey put him away.
Thomas is brought down in the play by Weymouth number 88, Mike Romig. And number 44, Brian Harvey.
Second down at 20 coming out.
Second and 19 for the Rebels. Ball on the 50-yard line.
That's a get to keep the pressure on. trying to turn things around. One of the keys as far as this game goes is Hurley with a quick drop over the middle. Intended for Marcus Soto, knocked away Matt Nagel.
Hurley's pass intended for number 7, Mark Rosenthal.
It's Hurley trying
Broken
to
up
hit
on
his
the play
tight
by
end,
number 21 for Weymouth,
Mark
Matt Nagel.
Rosenthal, and Nagel in coverage just tipping it away and
It'll
setting
be
up the
3rd and
third down
19 for the
situation.
Rebels. Ball resting at midfield.
1:06 left here in the third quarter, and Walpole 13, Weymouth nothing. As Hurley will throw on 3rd and 19, the screen. Perry
Hurley's
trying to
pass
cut
is
it back.
complete to
Perry
number 24,
won't get the
Dexter
first down.
Perry.
They only get 5 of the 19 yards needed. Brian Harvey able to strike it out and make the tackle.
Perry brought down on the play by Weymouth number 33, Ryan Walsh.
And it'll be
and number
4th down
44, Brian Harvey.
for the Rebels, but the thing was about the roughing the passer penalty. Walpole took off another couple of minutes off the clock. They also gained about 20
It'll be
yards of
4th and
field
15
position.
for Walpole. Number
When all
10,
is
Mike
said and
Weber
done,
on to
Mike
punt for the
Weber to
Rebels.
punt.
Back deep to receive for the Wildcats, number 37, Jeff Lang.
As Weber rides out a high kick. Lang, fair catch, as it will die in the end zone. Will the punt?
Weber's punch. Reminder, a set of car keys have been turned into the press box from the Weymouth side of the field. A Lincoln Mercury, a Ford key on the
If you
key
average
ring.
out the field
Opponent
position,
can claim them at the press box.
starting. Weymouth has had a long ways to go, and Billy McCarthy
Number
probably what will be
23,
the final
Thomas
play of
Conti,
this
the ball
third
carrier
period.
for
Gets
Weymouth.
9. As the third period will come to
McCarthy
an
brought
end.
down by number 79 for the
player
Rebels,
shaken
Justin
up.
Nottingham.
We'll
and
take a
number
break
6,
as we
Bill
go to the fourth
Carberry.
quarter. 13-0 Walpole.
Well, it was the old Suburban League. That was a tough league, and it was a great group of kids. Had a lot of good memories, great coaching staff. It was a great game. We tied 14-14. I remember catching the extra point in the end zone to tie the game, and a lot of good memories. It was a lot of fun back then.
In the history of the Weymouth North, Weymouth South rivalry, there is a lot of talk. Which was the most exciting game? Well, 1980 sure will get a lot of votes. Very first play of the game, Steve Lee turns the corner and takes off. 71 yards in all for the touchdown as Lee would begin a magnificent final high school football game for himself. As the Maroons go for the two-point conversion, we have a little bit of controversy. Quarterback Jim Dempsey finds an open Paul Cavallo. Is this a catch? The official says it is a catch. 8-0 in favor of Weymouth North. But the Wildcats come right back with some magnificent offense of their own. Brian Litchfield, who had an outstanding game as well. Litchfield would run through the Maroons, as would Lee run through the Wildcats. But it would be Brian Milano that would get the first touchdown for the Wildcats, as Milano on this short burst brings the Wildcats to within 2. Later in the first period, quarterback Rob Lyons calls his own number right up the middle. Lyons goes, and the junior brings the Wildcats into a 12-8 lead that would add the two-point conversion. It would look like Weymouth South would blow this game open, but Steve Lee personally stops Weymouth South. Here, grabbing Brian Litchfield on this 4th and goal play. And it would be Lee that would bring the Maroons back into a 14-all tie with this fantastic 86-yard run. As Lee, who holds the individual rushing record for a Weymouth North, Weymouth South game, 24 carries, 291 yards, enables the Maroons to pull out a 14-all tie, one of the 2 ties in the rivalry between the 2 schools.
For the Wildcats, they got to dig down deep. Down by 13-0 score coming into the fourth quarter.
The
Mark
second
Shelley
winner
and the
is
Weymouth
the yellow
Channel
ticket.
Wildcats
Number 9.
have moved the ball. It's just cashing in.
4-3-3.
The problem.
That's it. The owners can claim their
They
winnings
had to
at the
go
press box.
virtually this game from their own 20 from the most part when they began a possession. Doing it in 4- and 5-yard gulps. In certain situations, they've had 3rd and 8 and been able to get the key first down, but stall out inside the 30 of Walpole as Brian Akabachi trying to get the first down yardage does, crossing the 30.
Akabachi brought down in the play by Walpole's number 76, Paulie Hurley. Good enough for another Weymouth first down. Ball now on the Weymouth 31-yard line, 1st and 10.
Rebels scored their first touchdown in the second period. After a fumble recovery, they went 41 yards. Mike Hurley's first of 2 touchdown passes to Marcus Soto. And the second one came in the 3rd quarter. McCarthy, toss pitch, McCarthy skates outside. 23, and Billy slid through, but just too much congestion. And trying to turn the corner as Billy gets about a yard in the play. If that, 2nd down coming up. Oh, Weymouth will have the wind at the back here in this 4th quarter. It's McCarthy again.
To number 23,
nowhere
Bill
to go. As Billy was down already and ball had come out.
Tackle made on the play by number 20, Mark Anzalone.
3rd down.
And number 80, Mike Bardall.
Anzalone and Bardall just strung the play out and made the tackle. 3rd down.
No gain on the play, 3rd and 10 for the Wildcats. Ball just over the Weymouth 30-yard line.
Scott will throw on 3rd and 10. Turns the corner, zips it out complete. First down yardage to the Walpole 45 goes Ryan McDonald.
Scott's pass is complete to number 25, Ryan McDonald.
Scott on the roll just delivered a strike.
McDonald is down on the play by number 6, Phil Carberry.
Phil Carberry finally got down Ryan McDonald, but Weymouth.
Ball now inside Walpole territory at the Rebels 46-yard line.
Now it's just got to be a situation when they cash in. Inside, Billy McCarthy across the 45 and down to the 41.
Scott handoff to number 23, Bill McCarthy. Timeout is called by the Rebels.
9:40 left, 13-0. Weymouth down and moving the football again.
Note has been handed to us to announce the Weymouth High School cheerleaders. We'd like to congratulate them. Captain Dan Consersi,
taking a time
Molly McGilvery, Tanya Marsney, and Kim Jordan. Congratulations to the Weymouth High School cheerleaders.
Wildcats have moved the ball. It's just, when you look at the fact that they have had the go as far as yardage goes, it's been tough. Akabachi on 2nd and long.
Handoff to number 20, Brian Akabachi.
3rd down and about 3 as Brian crossed the 40 to the 37. A big play here.
Tackle made on the play by number 7, Mark Rosenthal.
3rd down and 3. Good situation here for the Wildcats. You know it's going to be 2-down territory with 9:15 left and trailing 13-0. McCarthy trying to go outside. McCarthy in trouble, goes down.
To number 23, Bill McCarthy.
Ludwig
McCarthy brought down on the play by number 11,
it's going to be
Kevin Ludwig, and number 27, Cato Francis. But
Walpole was Cato Francis. Did a little too much celebrating after the play. Personal foul and sportsmanlike conduct on the Rebels.
Personal foul is the call against Walpole.
And the taunting penalty, the MIAA.
Moves the ball down to the Walpole 25-yard line. 1st and 10 for Weymouth on the 25.
And that's what the call was. And Weymouth gets the break that they needed right there. The 3rd and short situation ended up being a disaster as Scott zips it downfield, picked off.
Scott's pass is
picked off by Rosenthal.
7, Mark
Rosenthal with a pick, and he brings it out to the 21 as it was the intended receiver, Mike Romig. That was a killer right there. Scott tried to drill it through to Romig, and he just came up short on the pass. And Rosenthal back in coverage, just dropped into the zone and picked it off.
Early's handoff to number 24 for the Rebels, Dexter Perry.
Perry gets about a couple. Apologize, losing a play, battery situation. We rectified. And Hurley on a keeper gained about a couple of yards. And it'll be 3rd and 6. And Hurley to throw. On the out, he looked to try to get it to Dexter Perry.
Intended for number 24,
threw by him, and
Perry is
Carberry
incomplete.
also in the area, but the other one was able to get it 4th down with 7:22
Bring up
left.
a 4th and 8 for Walpole.
And the Rebels will have to kick.
Number 10, Mike Weber on to punt for the Rebels.
The big plays are the difference, basically.
Back deep to receive for Weymouth, number 37, Jeff Lang.
Not head the big play. You look back at it. 2 turnovers by the Wildcats. 2 killer turnovers, to say the least. Is Weber just getting it away. And Jeff Lang has to watch it because the Wildcats came trucking in to try to block the kick and could not.
Weber's kick is line.
So Wildcats have to go 55 yards to try to cut the deficit. But they're running out of time, 7:11 left, as they're just able to do things. It's just punching one in, and it's been the key. Toss pitch, Brian
pitch out to
Akabachi.
number 20, Brian Akabachi.
There's Akabachi. He's had a great season, gets about 3. Brian missing the first 2 games.
Akabachi brought down the play by Walpole's number 7, Mark Rosenthal.
Just
and
about
number
700
21,
yards
Rich
coming into
Decembro.
this one.
Pickup of 2 yards on the play, 2nd and 8.
Scott in 2nd and 7. And it's not caught as he tried to deliver it to Ryan McDonald. A little too far from
Scott's
Ryan.
pass intended for number 25, Ryan
It'll be
McDonald,
3rd down.
incomplete. Coverage on the
So-
play provided by Walpole's number 2, Marcus Soto.
McDonald was open.
It'll be 3rd and 8 for Weymouth.
Weymouth in the best situation.
Ball on their own 47-yard
They'll
line.
go for it on 4th down. Scott with time has a pass batted in the air and incomplete. Rich DeSell got his hands up and knocked it down. It'll be 4th down.
Scott's pass is batted down at the line of scrimmage by number 21, Rich Decembro.
We'll have to kick it away on 4th down. Billy Lovendale.
Number 10, Bill Lovendale on to punt for the Wildcats. Back deep to receive for Walpole, number 11, Kevin Ludwig, and number 2, Marcus Soto.
Scott had the protection, but Assemble just got the piece of it. And Lovendale rides out a high kick that Soto grabs and fumbles at the 14 and falls on it. And that has been the difference right there.
Lovendale's punt is covered by
Weymouth had
Soto
a chance to get turnover in this game.
at the Walpole 14-yard line. Rebels will set up on offense, 1st and
Field position. Right now, Walpole hasn't had it in the last few situations, but the fact is the Rebels are nursing the 13-0 lead. As they go to the ground, it is Thomas trying to get away.
Number 28, Nate Thomas.
Gary Gillespie.
Thomas brought down in the play by Weymouth, number 67, Gary Gillespie.
Makes the stop after about a 2-yard gain. Six minutes left.
Pickup of 3 yards on the play, 2nd and 7
getting
for
a
Walpole.
touchdown pass from Paul Hurley in the 2nd period, and one from Mr. Hurley in the 3rd period, Mike Hurley, that is. Both of them to Marcus Soto, one of 6 and one of 35. And illegal procedure on the Rebels.
Flags on the play for Rebels.
That's a coordinator, Pat O'Toole. He gave the signal he wants here. And
Penalty moves the ball back to the Walpole 14-yard line.
Weymouth's in a lot of trouble right now, trying to win this 10th game of the season.
2nd and 11 for the Rebels.
It's Hurley. Straight ahead handoff. And the
Hurley's handoff to number 28, Nathan Thomas.
And Nathan Thomas giving him a 5.
There's a flag on the play.
It is going to be on personal foul, Weymouth.
Personal foul is a call against the Wildcats.
Frustration penalty right there.
Moves the ball up to the Walpole 34-yard line.
Stop.
Thomas is tackled on the play by number 67, Gary Gillespie.
2nd and 5 coming up. 4:35 left.
Pickup of 6 yards on the play. 2nd and 4 for Walpole. Ball on their own 41-yard line.
The clock right now is Walpole is battling. Weymouth just trying to slow down the Rebels and just get the hands on the football. As Thomas
Early's handoff to number 28, named Thomas. Thomas stopped on the play by Weymouth number 64, Terrence Norvay.
And Norvay there, and now timeout. Weymouth with
Weymouth calls timeout.
Walpole in a 3rd and long situation.
3rd and 6 for the Rebels.
Well, the Rebels.
Ball on their own 39-yard line.
Situation. See if they stay to the ground on this 3rd and long situation, or maybe try to get the first down with a quick short pass. Turley stays to the ground, and the Rebels will not get the first down.
Turley's handoff to number 28, Nathan Thomas.
Grabbed after a 2-yard gain. And timeout.
Thomas is brought down on the play by number 54.
That'll be 4th down.
Timeout is called by the Wildcats.
Mike Weber will be kicking on 4th down. The Wildcats will probably be coming after him with 3:49 left and down 13-0. And here they come. And they get a piece of it. And it's caught off the deflection. And Weymouth will get it at the Walpole 40. A couple of people had opportunities to get the hands on the football, but Jimmy Moser came up with it. And just
punt block by number 63 for Weymouth, Jim Mosier. Cats will take over on offense,
get
1st and 10.
That's all there is to it.
At the Walpole 40-yard line.
They are running out of time with 3:43 left. Scott on the out. Nice reception.
Scott's pass is complete.
It is caught.
To number 22, Tom Kennedy.
Kennedy made a great catch. Had trouble corralling it and was able to recover and put it into his mitts and get 9 on the play. 2nd and 1.
Pickup of 9 yards on the play. 2nd and 1.
The Wildcats are just going to be hustling to the line, quickly get up and get the play run. Trailing 13-0. Scott gets away from the pressure.
Scott on the keeper.
The first down to the 25.
Brought down the play by Walpole's number 80, Mike Bardall.
Field for 5 is Mike Bardall.
Good enough for a Wildcat first down. Ball on the Walpole 25-yard line.
3:27 left, and you're trailing by a couple of touchdowns, and Scott spikes it to save some time.
Scott spikes the ball to stop the clock.
Weymouth. Timeout situation. Not in their favor. Time not in their favor. They look to come up with a big play.
Weymouth will have 2nd and 10. Ball on the Walpole 25-yard line.
13-0. Scott. Screen. Set up, Billy McCarthy cuts back.
Pass to number 23,
and he only gains a yard.
McCarthy is stopped by number
Nottingham
7, Mark
made a nice
Rosenthal.
play. He's got in the middle of the screen and just knocked down Billy McCarthy. 3rd and 9 in 2-play territory.
3rd and 9 for Weymouth.
As far as Weymouth goes.
Ball just inside the Walpole 25-yard line.
Scott out too far. Is he trying to zip it to Tommy Kennedy? And
Scott's
Kennedy
pass
has
is
some room
intended
to
for
run.
number 22,
That had a
Tom
little
Kennedy,
too far at
incomplete.
Tommy. And the Wildcats may be finding this season down to this play.
Brings up a 4th and 9 for Weymouth.
Matt, tip ball, and, well, Mark Rosenthal with a big play. Rosenthal just tipped it away. Lang was open, and Scott had the pass tipped away. And the
Intended for number 23, Bill McCarthy, incomplete. Broken up on the play by Walpole's number 7, Mark Rosenthal.
2:42 left, and the Rebels are just going to try to erase that.
Rebels will take over on offense, 1st and 10. Ball on their own 25-yard line.
Thanksgiving morning for the Wildcats. It just cannot the bounce. They just been moving the football and play here and a play there. Could have been, you know, not say different, but
early handoff to number 24, Dexter
trying to run away. Perry just making it a foot race.
Perry is in for the Walpole touchdown.
Is that just about? We'll do it. In fact, will.
75-yard run by Dexter Perry for the Walpole touchdown.
Mike Weber will try to make it now a 20-0 game.
Weber's kick is up and good. And with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game, the score of the Walpole Rebels
in a heap of trouble. 20-0 they trail with just over 2 to go. There's Mike Weber to kick off for the Rebels. On the big play, as that has been the key as far as this one goes. Brian
Weber's swim kick is fielded by number 20 for the Wildcats, Brian Ecobachi. By number 7 for the Rebels, Mark Rosenthal.
You know, for Weymouth, it's a frustrating.
Weymouth will set up on offense, 1st and 10. Ball now marked at the 37-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats.
A big play. That was the difference as far as this one goes. And Walpole came up with the big plays. Scott, quick out.
Scott's pass
Gary
is
Walsh.
complete to number 38, Gary Walsh.
As Gary's first reception is good for a first down.
Walsh is stopped on the play by Walpole's number 6, Phil Carberry, and number 2, Marcus Soto.
And the thing is, you look back. The fumble recovery by Dave Hancock led to the Walpole first
good enough
touchdown.
for Weymouth first down.
In the second half with a touchdown drive, 2.
Ball now on the Wildcats' 47-yard line.
That drive, the fullback Neil Sanasuaso on a 1st and 20 situation for 40 yards, and then the 35-yard touchdown pass to Marcus Soto. As Scott trying to get away from the pressure. Matt spins loose the football, and
keeper, a fumble on the play.
The 3rd Weymouth turnover, right there.
Weymouth territory at the Wildcat 49-yard line. Early handoff to number 28, Nathan
Breaks
Thomas.
loose, Thomas. He loosed the football. Matt Nagel had it for a moment.
Fumble on the play.
And it's picked up by Marcus Soto,
number 2,
touchdown.
Marcus Soto. Weber kicks out of the hold of number 2, Marcus Soto.
27-0 Walpole as the Rebels get 2 here at the end to run away from the Wildcats.
Back deep to receive for Weymouth, number 14, Joe Grondell, and number 23, Bill McCarthy.
With the job here on defense and not allowing the big play. It's Mike Weber, bounces one. And Brian Akabachi.
Weber's kick is fielded by number 20, Brian Akabachi.
Out to the 36. With 124
Akabachi brought down in the play by Walpole's number 21, Rich DeCembro, and number 28, Nate Thomas.
The seniors wrap it up in their final game in a frustrating way for them to see the season come to an end. They have had an outstanding season.
Wildcats will set up on offense, 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
Walpole today has just made the big plays. It's difference in this one. You look back at it, that fumble recovery, and the Wildcats don't get.
Number 20, Brian Akabachi,
set it off.
Carrier.
Matt Nagel, very sure-handed, has it bounce away from him. And Marcus Soto on the run grabs it and goes for the touchdown. And that depicts how it's gone.
Akabachi brought down the play by number 58, Brad Stanfield.
So the Rebels will win. The score really not indicative as we go to the final minute. We'll say 27-0, but it has been a great season for the Wildcats.
Pitch out to number 20, Brian Akabachi.
Brian Akabachi turns the corner and gets about 4.
Akabachi brought down in the play by Walpole's number 79, Justin Nottingham.
So we will find
3rd and 4 for the Wildcats
once again, and
well on their own 44-yard line.
Key plays, big plays. Walpole, the fumble recovery leading to their first touchdown, and you go from there.
Number 20, Brian Akabachi, the ball carrier.
Pass by Mike Hurley to Marcus Soto in the second half. 35
Akabachi brought down on the play by number 20 for Walpole.
A run by Dexter Perry just after the Wildcats had come up on 4th and short, unable to get the first down. The season will come to an end in tough fashion.
Scott's pitch out to number 20, Brian Akabachi.
We'll see it end right here.
Akabachi brought down the play by number 27, Cato Francis. And that's the end of the game with the score. The Walpole Rebels 27, the Weymouth Wildcats 0.
As you look at the scoring, Marcus Soto ends up scoring 3 Walpole touchdowns. He leads the Rebels to a 27-0 victory.